Today I'm going to be showing you how to make this super little set of drawers for the craft room shed. Super easy to make, and they've got a fixed drawer, so it's a little bit of a cheat, but I think on a project this small a fixed drawer is okay. And I've done them in two types, so you could just have a little plain set of drawers like that, or you can have paper fronted drawers. I really love these paper fronted ones. And this is a little sort of project that once you sort of know the technique, you could make for any room, maybe a bedroom. And also you could make them wider and have more drawers. They could be shorter and have maybe 4 drawers. So once you know how to make this, and it really is just a little box in the centre there with a beveled top and bottom, you can make that in any size. And here I've painted them, but you could use a varnish if you wanted to do them for the garden shed project, and maybe have a little brass handle on the front. So many sort of options once you know the technique. So once again I've put the cutting list down below. Coming up next is a list of the materials you'll need, and then we'll get started. Okay, so for this project you're going to need a suitable craft wood, such as a beche or basswood, a craft knife, and I use this Swan Morton knife which takes a size 10A blade, a steel rule obviously for measuring and for cutting the wood along with the craft knife, a nice sharp pencil for accurate marking, a suitable glue, and I use this Gorilla wood glue, cocktail sticks for applying the glue and removing excess glue from along the joins, and in this project we also use a cocktail stick to make the drawer knobs. Mini clamps for holding the parts together, and some masking tape and scissors for the same purpose. You'll need sandpaper in a couple of grades, a fine grade and a medium, your choice of paint or wood dye, and some patterned paper for the drawer fronts. Okay, let's get started. Okay, so we're going to begin by constructing the main sort of body of the unit. And we're sort of doing it back to front this time so that our front and back panels are sort of flush. So take one of the side pieces and apply glue along one long edge. Just dispense some glue here onto a piece of card, using a cocktail stick to apply it. Like that. And then we're going to stick the front or back piece, it doesn't matter which, along that edge. Press those together. And then lay that down onto your worktop, and we're now going to attach the top and bottom pieces on the inside edge of the joined pieces, and it's right that there should be an overhang here at the end because that's where our other side piece will go. So apply glue to one short, one long edge. And then pop that into place so that again the top edge is flush with the top edge of that back piece. Pull the side piece in to meet it. And the same again with that bottom piece. Making sure you're flush again with those bottom edges. But again, once the glue has dried on the complete piece, we'll sand it on all sides to make a nice flush square box. And then I should probably let that dry off for a moment, but just for the sake of the video I'm going to do it now. So apply glue along the edges of those top and bottom pieces, like that. A bit on there as well. And then along that long edge of the remaining side. And then glue that into place. Press that all together. And then just apply glue along those top edges. Hold onto it inside there. And then just slot the front into place. Again, making sure that you've got nice flush edges all the way around. Any little overhangs, don't worry, like I say, we'll be sanding it all flush. Squeeze that all together and then just pop that to one side to dry. Got a nice sunny patch there. And then the fixed drawers top and bottom pieces, we'll just bevel those while that's drying off. So have a sheet of sandpaper flat on your work surface, and we want to bevel one long edge and both short edges. So hold it against the sandpaper at a 45-degree angle and then just gently sweep it towards you, keeping it at that angle. Stop and have a look. Do a little bit more if you need to. You can see that's created a nice beveled edge. Then do the same with the side pieces. No need to apply too much pressure. Do a little bit more on there. The other side as well. Oh, that sun really is lovely and warm. There, like that. And then you want to do that with both of those pieces. Okay, so once you've allowed enough time for the glue to dry, you can sand that piece on all edges, on all sides, so you've got a nice flush box piece there, and then we can attach the top and bottom. So apply glue to the top and bottom of the unit, and then you want it so that the back of the unit is flush with the straight edge of the piece, and that there's an even overhang at either side, and that's usually the thickness of the bevel. Like that. And the same with the top piece. And you can press it against your work surface to make sure that they're flush at the back, so just pressing those down. Squeeze it all together and just take your spare cocktail stick and remove the excess glue from around the joins. Along that back edge as well. And then I've just cut a couple of pieces of masking tape here. I'm going to put one over each piece. And it's important to do that, otherwise these pieces will try to peel upwards, or curl upwards rather, as the glue begins to dry, and you'll have gapping. And that piece can be left to dry. Okay, so if you're doing the painted unit, you want to bevel each edge of each of the drawer fronts, and because we're using the finer wood for the drawer fronts, hold the piece in your hand, supporting it as far up as you can with your finger, and then using a small piece of fine grade sandpaper, just sweep it from front to back. Doing that at both ends, and then you can go along each of the longer edges like that. And then we're going to attach these to the front of the unit, so apply glue to the back of each drawer, so the unbeveled side. And then begin at the top, you want it to be central from side to side, and just leave about 1mm at the top there. And if you're not happy measuring by eye, then you can sort of mark the piece up, or use a little bit of wood as a spacer or something like that. And then attach the bottom drawer, again the same distance away from the bottom edge. And again, make sure you've got the same sort of border at each side. Like that, press them into place, and then you can put the remaining drawer right in the centre there. So that you leave a sort of even border above and below. And then just gently holding them, just remove the excess glue. Just press them all into place, and then I'm just going to use some clamps here. So try and sort of get it across both drawers like that, at a bit of an angle. And the other side as well. And I'm just doing it like that because I couldn't fit 3 clamps on. And that can be left to dry. If you're making the papered drawer front unit, then you can just stick the drawers on as they are, no need to bevel the edges. And I did it the same as with the beveled, just position the top and the bottom and then the middle one, and then just secured it with clamps until the glue dried. To make the drawer knobs, I'm using a cocktail stick, so just snip the end off using your craft knife, and then with a piece of medium grade sandpaper, twist the cocktail stick between your fingers and use the sandpaper to round over the end like that, and then place it on your work surface, and we just want to trim it to about 2mm in length. So you want to hold on to the rounded end or it will just sort of fly off, and then line up your knife with 2mm, and then still holding the rounded end you can just twist it along like that until you've cut it free. Like that. And then you might want a pair of tweezers handy just to handle that. Okay, so you can now attach the cocktail drawer knobs. So use your tweezers. So tiny. And then just apply a tiny little dab of glue to the underside of the cocktail stick. And then attach it centrally, and again I'm doing this by eye, but if you're not comfortable measuring by eye, then do use your ruler and just do a little dot in the middle to show you where to place it. Like that. And just press those down using the end of your tweezers. A little bit of glue coming out of that one. Okay, and that's now ready to paint. And if you're doing the paper drawers, that's also now ready to paint. And then if you want to use the same style drawer knob, paint those as well. And just to make that easier, attach a piece of masking tape to a piece of card, and then you could just stick them on there, and that just makes them easier to paint. And then we'll attach those after we've attached the paper. Okay, so there are the painted drawers, and this set here is obviously now complete. And that was one coat of emulsion paint and then a gentle sand once that had completely dried. Same with these ones, and we're now going to attach the paper drawer fronts. So again, I've been onto Google and just searched for peach backgrounds, and that just brought up lots of different choices. So I chose 3 coordinating patterns, and I've cut them there to size, and I'm going to apply glue to the actual drawer front and then attach the paper. Well, so you don't need much for each one. Press that down, make sure there's no ripples. Like that, and then just let that dry off for a moment, and then we'll attach the drawer knobs. So again, using your tweezers, just apply glue to each of the drawer knobs. And again, I'm just going to position those by eye. About there. No. I really like those. So when I made the drawers, I was thinking I would probably use the plain drawers inside, but now I've put them in place, I really like the paper fronted drawers, so I'm going to use those. But the others won't go to waste. I'll find somewhere else to put them, either in this project or in another. I hope you've enjoyed this video. If so, please do subscribe to the channel, as there's lots more to come. And hit the notification button as well, and then it will alert you every time I upload a new video. And I'll be doing, trying to get on 1 a day, if not 2, over the next few weeks. And if you enjoy making your own doll's house furniture and miniatures, you might like to have a look at my books. I've published 4 so far. They're all available to purchase from Amazon. I'll pop a couple of links below. And for now, thank you for watching, and I hope to see you again soon.